Together, we're not just a podcast. We're not even a father-daughter team today. We're a employee boss. Oh God, you poor thing! I'm to talk to your boss on a podcast. Oh. Hey there, creative minds and business enthusiasts. Welcome to Looks Like We Made It, the podcast where we dive deep into the dynamic world of video marketing, content creation, and all things creative. I'm Izzy, your guide through this creative journey, wearing two hats, head of production and senior video editor. But I'm not in this alone. Meet the other half of our dynamic duo for this week, Alice, our production assistant at Howell Media. And because Chris isn't available right now, I am the creative genius behind Howell Media and Howell Training. And together, we're not just a podcast, nor are we a father-daughter team, but we're on a mission to bring you insights, tips, and laughs from the heart of the creative industry. Whether you're a business looking to up your video game or a budding creative hungry for knowledge, this is the place to be. We've got real-life experiences, expert advice, and a sprinkle of anecdotes to keep things interesting. So if you're ready to unlock the power of video, bespoke content and training to achieve amazing results, you're in the right spot. Fasten your seatbelts because this is Looks Like We Made It, where we turn creativity into success, one episode at a time. Let's go.
Wowie. Hello. Take a breath.
Hello, this is you. I know, everyone says that. I don't know why they need to say that. Right, Alice, how are you?
I'm good. This is very surreal, just talking to you with a microphone.
I know, you have to talk to me enough as it is, you poor thing. But how does it feel now you've taken over Chris's spot?
I am the new Chris Howell.
Oh, God help you.
Oh, sorry if you see this, Chris.
No, good for you. I'm glad to have you here, because if you weren't here, I'd be talking to myself. So you just have to listen to me.
Izzy's internal monologue. Not so internal, I suppose.
It's external monologue. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so you are kind of a secret squirrel person who is like involved in the business when me and Chris are there yapping on and talking. How do you find it?
Yeah, good fun. I'm usually the person laughing behind the camera, especially on these podcasts. So much fun.
I know, we didn't vodcast it today because we thought we'd ease you in gently. So, no cameras.
It's a good relief,
face.
I think. Yeah.
Right, so because you have taken Chris's spot today, I thought we would answer a question or discuss something which I thought, not that Chris wouldn't know how to answer it, so if you are listening, Chris, don't worry, but more something that I'd love to get your perspective on as our resident young person as well. So, you have the knowledge of what people call the Gen Z.
Oh gosh, yeah. I guess I am one of those, yeah.
So we have a millennial and a Gen Z in this podcast, but to get your idea of what you think from your perspective on this particular question. But it's something that I noticed the other day was that, have you noticed that LinkedIn have their own sort of short form content approach now? We can scroll through lots of vertical video. Yeah,
it seems like every social media platform is doing the same thing, going to vertical, really. Yeah. And I feel like they're slowly rolling it out as well. I'm not sure if it's quite hit my app yet, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, on mine, it's got like a video tab when you can scroll through it, basically exactly like TikTok. But what my question is, which I'm labouring to get to the point, is there still a place for landscape video? Like, everything is vertical now. And I think, like, from an editing perspective, you're obviously from a filmmaking and editing and animating and designing perspective.
Anything and everything.
Yeah. I almost went out of breath there. From a creative perspective, I think whether there is actually a place for landscape, i.e. sort of rectangular video content, because when I first started in sort of corporate film production and video production, etc., many years ago, everything was landscape, and it was almost like if you weren't landscape, you were unprofessional, and it was just someone filming on their phone. But now everyone seems to be going the other way,
and it's come full circle.
It is very confusing, and it has come full circle because it goes against a lot of the sort of the rules that you're taught in sort of traditional filmmaking.
I still kind of feel amateur when I'm picking up my phone and doing it vertically as well, because obviously, like you said, I came from like a filmmaking degree, and everything was horizontal. So
yeah,
it's weird to kind of pick up a phone and not have to turn it the other way. And but I think there is definitely a place for both. Whether horizontal is kind of trickling away is scary, But that might also come full circle. At the moment, it seems like vertical is very much here to stay and very much widespread. God, I sound like
it's spreading.
It's amazing.
No, but like I think it's true, and I think actually, weirdly, when you think about, I mean, drink every time you hear me say the word think, because I've said
vertical,
about vertical. Yeah, I mean, I think here we go again. But what I've noticed as well is that it is obviously the new thing. It is obviously maybe the trendy thing, or maybe the done thing, if you will, to have vertical video, to sort of have that scrollable content. But then also at the same time, is landscape going to become retro? Are we going to go back to it almost like the same way we go to like film cameras, or we go to like Super 8s, or like, you know, like sort of retro sort of Polaroid style? Is landscape going to become the new Polaroids?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it's just insane to think that it is getting pushed out of the way almost. It still feels semi-relevant, but it feels as though it's more of a like an official form, if that makes sense. So you see it on YouTube, you see it on long form content on websites and things like that, and on projectors or whatever else. But everything that you have on your phone nowadays, it seems to be vertical.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's the laziness of not having to turn your phone the other way. And you can literally just scroll straight away, and it's easy, it's accessible, and it pulls you in for hours on end.
Yeah, that's true.
On every single platform, whether that be TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or wherever. Yeah. But you do see YouTube kind of tagging along with the times as well, trying to keep up with the shorts, isn't it? On
because
YouTube.
there's YouTube Shorts, there's TikTok, there's Reels, there's now LinkedIn, whatever they're going to be.
Yeah,
LinkedIn Littles. LinkedIn.
Oh no.
I don't know what it would be, but basically they've got different ones for each one. I don't know what, if they've even got a name for it, video, whatever it is. But like, it just feels like it goes against a lot of the stuff that, like I said, like that we preached for so long. I remember when we started making corporate film in particular, so when we transitioned more from like design and print to film especially, it was almost like you were a professional if you did it this way, and everyone else was an amateur. But now I think because the playing field has been massively leveled by even things like the pandemic, the creative playing field has massively changed, because you've got people who can become millionaires by just making content on their iPhones in their homes, wherever they are. And you've got people who are millionaires who can't make any content because they don't know how to do it. Yeah. So you've got such a widespread... anyone can be a content creator if they have the right kind of ambition and the right thing to say. It's more about the message than the actual content.
Yeah, and it's just luck as well sometimes, where you post something and it just happens to be a hit, and then you're kind of sucked into a tidal wave of like, oh my God, I'm like famous on TikTok or Instagram now. And being able to have a high quality phone, or not even a high quality phone, but, you know, like you said, a good message to spread, then, you know, the quality doesn't necessarily matter.
No. Like, do you remember the biscuit on the banister?
No.
Oh, I thought you'd know what the biscuit on the banister is. I've referred to this in so many things, and no one's heard of it. But like on LinkedIn, there was a person who shared like a 3-second video of like a digestive biscuit on the top of their banister, and it got millions of views and millions of likes. And I remember thinking, and it was like a bizarre piece of modern art where you're sort of reflecting on the futility of social media, but like, it's like a great example of how something so stupid could be viral, and then something really full of substance might not do well at all. You just don't know sometimes.
I don't think social media now, this might be a large sweeping statement
that
nobody agrees with. However, social media nowadays, especially for Gen Z, is not about substance or saying something big. It's just about things being funny.
Yeah, okay. So it's more of a unwindy comic place almost.
Absolutely, especially Instagram and TikTok. It's I mean, obviously you find educational pieces, and it might just be, you know, what's on my Instagram. This might be saying more about me than maybe Instagram and TikTok and content as a whole thing nowadays. But it's just that, you know, kind of like, I don't know, quick form thing of like, I just want something to entertain me very quickly, and like scroll through it, you get sucked in for hours, and then it's like, cool, I laughed, but did I really gain anything? Maybe Wow. Maybe not.
See,
I don't know if I've come in here and
that's
shook your whole
fascinating.
boat,
I love that mindset because normally it's me. I feel like, you know what it is? It's normally me trying to explain to Chris what short form content is. And he's always like, oh, okay, I think I get it. I don't really get it, but I think I get it. And now I've leveled up to you explaining to me what short form content is, and now I know how he feels. I can provide a lot of empathy on that front because it's constantly changing, and the way people use it is constantly changing. Mm-hmm. Like if you look how we used it a few years ago versus now, massive differences. And I try and limit my usage of it because you can scroll for so long and then realize you're just literally looking at rubbish.
It's so damaging to mental health, and you know you're wasting your time pretty much sometimes.
And often the algorithm is so good at times that I don't know if you find this, like you end up with the same video over and over and over again. So like
it's crazy, and your phone's listening to you as well. You get suggested like random things.
Like I watched one out of pure curiosity, like an AI video about manifesting, or like, you know, when they do like a tarot card reading. Like where it's like you will be really successful and you just need to watch the end of this video and we'll tell you how. And I was like,
you got sucked into one of those.
I watched it like,
taking a mug.
I watched it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see what I've done, and it was just literally there to get me to press share or something. And I was like, well, that's stupid. But every video I scrolled after that was a blooming tarot card reading,
absolutely.
And I was like, I've had my cards read enough now. So and at that point you kind of have to think, right, well, it's obviously paying too much attention, but we've gone way off topic here. We're just
talking about TikTok now.
We're just talking about social media. But I think and the reason why I was really I thought LinkedIn was the last straw when it came to vertical video, because I thought, yes, Instagram copied TikTok. Yes, TikTok has got short form. Yes, Facebook has kind of brought it in now. I thought LinkedIn was the last place to just enjoy a bit of landscape content, and they followed suit as well. And we predominantly get a lot of our social media traction. We do a lot of our social media stuff on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. So I was quite surprised to see that transformation. Yeah.
I mean, it's always good to kind of cover both bases and do vertical and horizontal if you can. But yeah, no, it's. I was really shocked to hear that they've kind of gone the same Reels, TikTok-esque way, because it almost doesn't feel like the type of social media to follow trends.
Yeah, you don't go on a scroll hole on LinkedIn, I don't think.
No, I don't know.
Because I think you just get a lot of motivational speakers.
Yeah.
But you never know, you might learn something from it. But it's for our clients as well in particular. There is now the pressure for us as content creators and our clients to have to kind of adjust how we release content. So like for some of our clients that we manage social media for, etc., I've been providing their videos now vertical for LinkedIn, which I've never done before. And it looks nice. It's very kind of intuitive, but I just don't see it. But in the same way that, so I remember Chris was telling me when we were talking, I think we were talking about something similar to this, where he was saying that many years ago, before me and you were born, like the 80s. Sorry if anyone's listening. Ages ago. Yes. Like literally the prehistoric age of the 80s.
And yonks.
Yeah, just, oh God, it hurts my head thinking that far back. But back then, obviously, they had drum machines that came out and, you know, like the sort of canned clapping and canned drumming. Yeah. But like apparently there was a lot of drummers and people from bands going, the industry's dead, our music's dead, and this, that, and the other. But actually, there is a place for all these things. Like you look at how everyone uses Spotify and everyone uses like on demand and like, you know, playlists, Apple Music, Spotify, that sort of thing. Yeah. But at the same time, people still buy vinyls. And people still...
But it's kind of that vintage appeal almost, which is probably depressing for a few listeners. I'm so sorry. But I'm unfortunately one of those people that bought a vinyl because I like the crackle. You know, I like the like...
But does it stop you going on Spotify or whatever you choose to use?
Well, it's the convenience of Spotify.
Yeah.
And another thing, if we're going to go down the AI route, which unfortunately I know the dreaded AI, DJ on Spotify, which is AI generated. I don't know if you've used it.
No,
heard of it.
Do tell.
Oh, okay. So DJ is sometimes great, maybe not so much in certain cases, but it will judge what you've been listening and play back some things that maybe you've listened to a couple of years ago and pull back your listening history and kind of tailor new playlists, almost like a personal tailored radio kind of thing.
Wow.
And you even get like a little bit of like podcasty in the middle where he's like, hi Alice, here's what you've been listening to lately, and here's what I think you should be listening to. Here's your like hip hop kind of.
Wait, so it's a person who's talking to you?
It's AI.
See, I don't know if I did. And you've used that?
Oh yeah, I use it all the time. And the more that you use it, it's like TikTok and Instagram where you kind of make your own,
For
you page. The more you engage with it, the better it gets.
That's insane. I mean, mine would probably be different to yours because I use my Spotify to play my daughter's music in the car, and which means it could circulate quite a lot of like, if you're happy and clap your hands, mixed with like some heavy metal, which is me. So
that's all Esme's doing. She's been on it again. Black Sabbath.
She loves Gojira. Yeah. No, but like I think I'd probably end up with like a mix between the Wiggles, the Muppets, and Metallica.
Hey, the Muppets isn't bad. You can't. They can't be.
That's incredible. But yeah, everything does have a place, and like you like the vinyls, but you also like the AI DJs, which blows my mind. And but so maybe landscape does have a place, but I think like what would be our advice to a person who is creating content for social media? Do they go vertical or do they go landscape?
I mean, if you're predominantly posting to Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, I know there's so many more social medias that I've not listed here, but the big 4 or 5 or whatever. I would go vertical, honestly. But it is always good if you've got the means to do so. Shoot horizontal and edit it vertical as well. Yeah. So you've got a backup, you know. And if the landscape changes again,
right, that's it. That's the name of the episode. Yeah. Go on then, carry on.
If it changes again, you've always got that horizontal or you've got the vertical to kind of lean back on.
Yeah, because we tend to. I mean, there's been a few rare times that we've turned the cameras on their sides and rigged them to the tripods on their sides, like so that they're vertical, and it looks very strange. But like we still shoot professionally horizontally, landscapily, which is a new word. I
get those mixed up.
I know.
I'm so bad at it.
we shoot so it's like 1920 by 1080 to all you nerds out there. 3140 by 2160, I think. Anyway, but either way, we shoot landscape, and then if people want vertical, we give vertical. But I tend to do a mixture. So if we've got a client who wants like a series of snippet videos from a promo, they'll get some verticals, some horizontal. But there are people out there now who ask film production companies like ours to shoot everything vertical to the point where they have to like put like tape over the viewfinder so that they can see what it looks like when it's framed vertically. So
oh my gosh,
amazing. But it was something that I just thought the other day that's something to look at. But I need to think of a silly question for you now because I'm so used to gearing them up for Chris that like no, actually you can ask me a silly question.
Oh no, oh my god, okay. I don't know that I have. You didn't let me prepare this.
I know, because I tried to throw it back to you. Let's see who thinks of one first. We need to put the countdown music in right about here. I need to round off a question, and I'm gonna check to see if I have one in here.
You have a little bit of a look, and I've got a kind of like almost a theoretical, not a theoretical. I don't know. But in terms, I did a film degree. Not sure if anybody caught that the first time.
Go on.
But I wonder if, like, final major projects and intermediate major projects and all the rest of it will eventually be shot in vertical instead of landscape. Like, will we be going to, like, film theatres? Who do I think I am? Oh my gosh.
Silent movies.
Yeah, cinemas and watching things vertically.
No,
Or is that too far?
That is too far. Your neck would hurt.
I'm going to contact you in 20 years' time when I'm watching my vertically filmed movie.
I don't know. That would just be... I don't know. You wouldn't have the space to show anything good, would you? Like, it's very limited. But okay, here, I'm going to recycle a question.
Okay,
that
sure.
we had a while ago. Just purely because it actually turned out to be quite a good question. Mm-hmm. If you were a kitchen appliance, which one would you be?
That's so obscure. Oh, man. I like bread, so I'm going to go with a bread maker. I don't know why.
Oh, you're just going to rise to the top.
That's so good.
Yeah. Okay, bread maker.
Yeah,
Who has bread makers anyway? Do you have a bread maker?
No, but I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, I might have reached the point in my 20s where I'm like, it might be bread making season.
If you get a bread maker, please tell me what it's like so I can
absolutely.
either try some of it or buy one myself.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start a trend.
Maybe.
Vertical bread makers. They only make baguettes.
Oh, hell yeah. Love
baguette. See, mine last time was an air fryer.
Yeah.
Because everyone needs one.
Man.
And straight to the point and, you know.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Do you like an air fryer? Crispy. And
crispy,
me, full stop.
Not me. And crispy. So that was it for this episode. Alice, how did you find sitting in Chris's seat?
Oh yeah, very, very unusual.
Do
love a good yap, and I think we kind of got off topic a little bit there, but you know what?
It happens when you're talking to me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to have you back soon,
yes.
and you know, and if Chris, if you're listening, you know, you're
to all the Chris's out there.
To all the Chris's out there. No, Chris, when you are back, we look forward to having you in the studio once again.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was it for this week. And we'll be back every other Tuesday. We promise to stick to a schedule, but we've been really busy, so please cut us some slack. And you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, and we are also on YouTube as well. So feel free to comment, subscribe, and do whatever you like to do there. But for now, we will see you soon.
See you later.